So I was recently asked this question: how can I make my videos more interesting? There's a few techniques that you can use to hold people's attention, but people's attention is at an all-time short span. So paying attention to these 5 things that I'm going to tell you that you can do is going to really help you keep the attention of your audience. Hi, I'm Justina. I'm your video professional helping you make better videos for your business. It's true, in this modern age of instant gratification, everything is at our fingertips in a moment. We no longer have to wait week on week to watch our favourite series. We can just get the box set and binge watch it all in one go. Don't even have to wait that long to buy anything we want to buy, with Amazon delivering next day or even same day. We just don't have to wait very long. The goldfish has a memory of about 7 or 8 seconds. And guess what? Our attention span isn't that different. So you can test this out for yourself. When you're watching television or movie, whatever it is, next, after watching this video, just count the amount of seconds before there's a cut. Now, I'm not talking about a scene change. It will probably be the same scene, but you're seeing it from a different angle or a different camera or a different cut of that camera shot. So just go ahead and count those seconds. You'll be counting 2, 1, 3, 5, 4. It's not often you get close to 10 seconds even. And when you do, you'll be thinking, oh, here we go, there's a shot change coming. So just have a go. It's a fun game to play. But what it demonstrates is that we do need to keep changing things up when we're making videos. So talking head videos for YouTube like this, we have a slightly longer tolerance. We're not expecting to have that many shot changes, because usually we're really looking for that particular content. So we're ready to sit back and watch and learn. So we don't have the big budgets or even the time to invest that movies and TV programs have. So what is it that we can do with our videos for our businesses that we're filming ourselves? These 5 things I'm going to tell you are going to help you on that road. So what's the first one? The first one is to use your face to be animated. Yes, animate your face and smile a whole lot more than you think you need to, because it's an easy thing to start not smiling. And when we don't smile on camera, we actually look so much more miserable than we think we are looking. And the reason for this is because when you're in a conversation with someone, you're not smiling all the time, but that's fine because you're in that two-way exchange. When we're filming, it's just a one-way exchange. So you want to be smiling a whole lot more. In fact, you want to learn how to smile talk. And that's exactly how it sounds, is talking and smiling at the same time. And feeling that you're just smiling a bit too much is going to really be helpful. And of course, if you smile in the camera, then probably the person watching is going to be feeling happier for seeing your smile. And we want our audience to feel good about watching our videos, don't we? So the second thing to do is to use your gestures. So don't just stand there without moving. Feel free to use your hands. Of course, you don't want that to become too distracting. So you don't want to be waving your hands around like this too much, because that won't help. But by expressing what you're talking about with your hands, what you're doing is you're creating movement in your shot. Now, by creating movement in our shots, we're kind of doing what we can to have those shot changes that we can't afford to do because we don't have a movie budget. Having movement that we're creating in our talking head with our gestures means that the human brain is paying more attention, because our primal brain, from when back in the caveman days, is used to paying attention to where there's movement so that he doesn't get eaten. So of course we don't have to worry about that today, but by incorporating your gestures, it means that that person's attention is being held just that little bit more. Plus, Vanessa Van Edwards conducted a study on TED Talks, and she found all the TED Talks that went viral had some things in common that were missing in the TED Talks that didn't. And that was the smiles and the gestures. She found out that the viewer's perception of that speaker was that they were more charismatic, more intelligent when they used gestures and when they smiled. The third thing is to add what's called B-roll. So B-roll, if you haven't heard of that term, is what we do when you see some other footage or still images that are laid over the video, so you don't see me, you just hear me. So this is a great way of adding texture and adding more interest to your videos. Of course, it does mean a little bit more work in post-production, your editing, but it's worth it if you're ready to take that step. So think about what B-roll you can add. So the fourth thing is to add some on-screen graphics or some on-screen text. Now that could actually be while you're on shot, because it still changes things up, or it can be completely covering the shot. So again, you're just hearing my voice and you're seeing something different. So this is something you can add in your post-production, relatively easy now, depending on what platform you're using to edit your videos with. So the fifth and final thing is to change your shot size. So changing your shot size, again, just adds a little extra dimension to the video. Now, as a rule of thumb, you don't want to make it a tiny change. You want to make it about a 30% shot change size, so that it doesn't just look accidental or a little bit odd, so that it looks really purposeful and actually does have a different look rather than just being a little bit of a different look. You can even do an extreme cut-in, and this is actually called a cut-in. Sometimes when you're doing B-roll, that's called a cut-away, you're cutting away from the shot. But a cut-in is when actually you're highlighting something from the shot. So if I was holding a book that I wanted to show you, then we might do a cut-in to show that book in a bit more detail. So let's recap what those 5 things are. The first one is to smile. The second one, to use gestures. The third one is to incorporate B-roll. The fourth one is to think about on-screen text or graphics. And the fifth one is to change your frame size. Now, how frequently should you do these, you might ask? I would say for YouTube videos, obviously, the more the better. But try to think of, at minimum, having something going on every 30 seconds so that you're breaking up the monotony of just having a talking head if you can.